sleep, I need peace. What's wrong with me? Mind racing, heart pacing. I feel caged in, I need sleep, that's a fact. Well, ease your mind with nightcap for the insomniacs. Lay down, listen deep, breathe with ease. Count sheep, you're at peace, now you're fast asleep.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Jasmine Carter, and welcome to Nightcap for the Insomniacs, a show, a podcast, whatever you want to call it, dedicated to the people who suffer from sleepless nights. You can't sleep, I can't sleep. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of random stuff. It could be funny, it could be boring, it could be random. You might laugh, you might cry. It don't matter, because either way, you can't sleep. Okay, first thing I want you to do, I want you to get into bed, all right? Get in the bed, get on the couch, whatever you sleep on, get in it, okay? Turn the phone off. You can hear me. You don't need to see me. Although I am gorgeous. Get in the bed. Close your eyes, okay? And whatever you're worrying about for the day, the day is over. The day is over, okay? Now, you done stressed yourself out. You counting sheep. I don't even know why the hell do they tell you to count sheep? What does that do? Why sheep? Why not goat? How come I can't count goats? One Kobe, one LeBron James, one Michael Jordan, one Dave Chappelle. Why can't I count goats? What about cows? What if I don't like red meat? Can I count chickens? Have you ever thought about that? Okay, either way, whatever you want to do, I need you to get in the bed, okay? You've been stressed, you've been worried out all day. It's time for you to relax, okay? A lot of y'all can't go to bed at night because your sleep space is also your workspace. Let me say that again. A lot of y'all can't sleep at night because your sleep space is your workspace. The sleep space is supposed to be for sleeping. You doing everything from your sleep space, that's why you can't sleep. You work from home, your laptop in the bed. Now you got work energy all over the bed. Now as soon as you get in the bed, I gotta do taxes. I gotta fight crime. I gotta solve cancer. That's a lot of pressure. If you can, get a designated space in your house for the work. Okay? If you live in a studio, go in the bathroom. Something. I don't know. Put the Wi-Fi router in the bathroom and go in there, because it's just, you need to separate the energy in the room, okay? I suffer from that. That's why I'm saying it. A lot of times I don't feel like sitting in a desk chair. I write from the bed, and it messes me up. So literally by the time it's time for me to go to sleep, my brain is kicked on and now I'm in the work energy. Or when I'm doing work, I got sleep energy. So you need to divide the energy, okay? That's something that you could do. Also, take a couple breaths, I'm not super earthy like that, but breathing does help, okay? If you breathe in real deep and then breathe out real deep and let your body relax, eventually it feels like you're about to pass out. And that's the same thing as sleeping. So they go hand in hand, whichever happens first, if you pass out or if whatever the case, it don't even matter. Some of the things we're going to talk about today, I saw this thing on social media, and it says, this was really interesting. I got it right here. It says, a sad reality is that people move on after treating you badly. They are not held up somewhere thinking about you and what they've done. Sometimes they don't even remember. Even if they do, their lives won't fall apart because they wronged you. Do not sit around and wait for someone to regret their actions towards you. Release yourself from the weight and find healing. The best thing you can do for yourself is move on to live and radiate. When I read that, I probably bust out in tears, because a lot of times we remember more bad than good, and that's with everything. You go somewhere and you get treated real well, you forget all about it. But nobody ever forgets when they were wrong. They carry that weight. They relive it over and over again. And it honestly stops your life. Like the first time it happened to you, it's not your fault. You know, it's not your fault that that thing happened to you. But what you decide to do after that is 100% your fault, okay? Your brain can't decipher what's past and what's present. The brain thinks everything is happening right now. So if you relive the situation over and over again, your brain thinks it's happening right now. It ain't thinking this is a flashback. It's in fight or flight right now. It's reliving that same constant pain over and over again. And whatever whatever you're giving energy to will show itself again. You will get more of that. So if you got the victim energy, you're going to keep being a victim. That's what you manifested for yourself. If you keep thinking everybody has done me wrong, everybody has hurt me, everybody going to continue to hurt you. And I know it's hard. And it's hard to forget those things. Like when people say forgive and forget, it's kind of impossible to forget that thing. But you don't have to let it control you. You don't have to let it consume you. Yes, it's a part of you, but it is not your definition. Okay? The things that have happened to you, it's your origin story, 100%. Every superhero got a bad story, but they don't let it be all that they are. They take that pain and they channel it into something greater. So while you sitting up here, and a lot of people, I've done it too, and I sometimes I still do it. We're being honest right now. While you sitting up here moping and sad and whatever, the person who hurt you, the people who hurt you ain't thinking about you. They ain't thinking about you at all. You over here reliving it for the 20th year, for the 175,000th time of the month, and they not thinking about you. It was just a Tuesday to them. And you over here carrying that trauma, carrying that weight. Haven't you suffered enough? Haven't you suffered enough? Why do you continue to torture yourself? They're not doing it to you no more. At this point, you're doing it to yourself. Once you have removed yourself, it's up to you now. It's unfortunate, for sure. But it don't matter. Life goes on. That's why you see, like, when couples fall apart, the one that did the wrongdoing, they move on fast, quick and in a hurry, because they ain't thinking about it. Meanwhile, you over here, the one who got hurt, reliving it, you're carrying it, you're moping, you're sad, and now you ruining every relationship, or you keep dating the same type of person because you won't let it go. Let it go, bruh. Let it go. You've dealt with enough. I remember I've had a lot of, like, difficult conversations with people from my past. Like, there's no such thing as closure, for sure. Like, yes and no. Because it really doesn't matter what a person say. It's not going to make whatever the wrong thing right. You feel me? So it kind of doesn't matter. But I had the luxury of looking the people who hurt me in the eye and being able to have real hard and honest conversations. And it's helped. It's helped me feel better. It's helped me get perspective. But when we were going through and talking about the specific thing that hurt, they didn't remember it. They didn't remember it at all. And I'm over here, I'm like, are you wearing this? And it was at this time, and da-da-da-da. They was like, I don't remember what you're talking about. And that kind of crushed me a little bit, because I'm like, how could you not remember being so awful? It don't affect them how it affects you. I remember telling somebody, I was like, of course you don't understand. It's not happening to you, so you'll never understand. And that's the truth. That's the truth. Forgiveness, it ain't for the other person. It's for you. So you can move on with your life. Like, you've been wrong. You deserve to have happy days. You know? So I was thinking about that. That really stuck out to me and really wanted to touch on that topic there. Because a lot of people can't let go. And I'm one of them. I still struggle with forgiveness. I'm still, I think the important thing to remember is that I think people think that when you forgive someone, it means the thing doesn't hurt anymore. No. It hurt real bad. But it no longer becomes who you are. It's just what happened. And it has nothing to do with the person that you are, and has everything to do with who the person who hurt you is, and the reflection of what they think of themselves. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. And I never believed this saying before until it happened to me. Hurt people do hurt people. They do. They carry that trauma, they carry that baggage, and they just go through and just they Godzilla with it, just knocking everything down, every foundation they're ripping apart because they're not used to something good and they have not healed from their past. So anything outside of the bad thing feels foreign, feels too good to be true, but also that also is they don't believe that they deserve it because they never had it or they don't remember what it felt like to have it, and they just tear it apart. I'm a victim of it. I've done it. It's happened to me. And it took me to be really like, oh, I get it now. I get it. Because the people who hurt you, it ain't personal to you. They not hurting you. I'm hurting this person because that's Jasmine Carter. No. They have a story too. Doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it right at all. Because like I said, you have a choice. You have a choice when you get older, but it ain't got nothing to do with you. So you got to let that go. Stop reliving it. Stop thinking about it all the time. It's hard. And just because you move on and you forgive them, it doesn't mean you got to be back in their life or let them be back in your life. Like some things is like, relax. Like there's no way we're ever going to be cool again. And that's okay. The forgiveness part is for you. I like to use this analogy about like trauma and pain and grieving is that, let's say if you're in a sports or whatever, you had some type of injury, right? Let's say you messed up your groin, your knee, elbow, you broke something, whatever. You sprained an ankle, even like minor injuries. It's never going to be the same. It's not supposed to, right? It's never going to be the same as before you hurt it. Like you can go through, time does heal the wound. Absolutely. Technically, it's healed, right? But scar tissue exists. Scar tissue is to replace the original tissue, but it would never be the original tissue. But it's technically healed. And you can walk through life. I'm walking. Okay, my ankle fine. Knee don't feel no type of way. Da-da-da-da. But it could be something that trigger it. Oh, you turn this way. You go down this path instead of going straight. Oops. Damn, I feel pressure on my ankle. It's been years. But you still feel it. I sprained my ankle in 2015. That was almost 10 years ago. Certain positions, ankles still hurt. And I went to rehab for it. It rains. Oh, my knee. Something triggered my knee. So remember that. Just because you have healed and you have moved on in forgiveness doesn't mean that thing doesn't still hurt. Because again, your brain cannot tell what's now, what's real or what's fake, what's past, what's present, what's future. It has no idea. It has no idea at all. But human brains have an amazing memory factory. Like you can remember the taste, the touch, the smell. Certain smells will trigger this, and you can teleport right back to where you are because there's no, in your mind, there's no version of reality. And what's real and what's fake. It's all real to the brain. That was deep. So yeah, just let that shit go, bruh. Just let it go. Another thing, I came across this thing that I wrote, and it was very, very, very interesting. I didn't even get a chance to read it, so maybe this story will settle your minds a little bit. I wrote this May 7th, 2020. And this was like a couple months into COVID. I have no idea. I do not remember what was happening right now. I just read the first line today. And I was like, I want to share where my mind was at the time and see if we've grown past that. So mind you, that was 4 years ago. May 7th, 2020. I wrote, who I am is not who I once was. I don't even know this person. This stranger, possessed with unknown emotions, the person I was, young, carefree, inspired, determined. I wanted nothing more but for people to be proud of me. Now this person I am is possessive, I'm angry, I'm sad. I'm every synonym associated with negativity there is. It's even more frustrating that I have no idea what to do, how to move, or where to go. I feel stuck, no progression. I feel like I'm just like my father without even trying to be. I critique everything. I'm unsatisfied. I'm proud of nothing. It's like I'm walking miles, but I've gotten nowhere because I'm walking in place. Ooh. But yet, a mile is a mile, whether it's in place or down the road, it's a mile nonetheless. I'm not sure if it's true love or if it's just comfort and possessiveness that keeps me in this situation. I'm not used to being challenged. I've always been the one in control. I liked it that way. I've never been free until now with her, and I can't take where we are. I don't like her trying to move on. It's scary. I don't know if I am strong enough to handle her loving someone as she loved me. I don't know if it's because she's the one with all this hurt I've been through. I've become the person who hurt me. We all say, I just want you to be happy. It sounds right. It sounds mature. But I can't deny that my young age and immaturity prevents me from meaning that. But I'm not the one to hold anyone back. I want her to soar. I want her to be. I want her to get and give what she deserves. Things that she can't 100% get from me. I'm good to her. I'm decent. I'm just enough because if I'm not going to be fully honest, she's not enough. She has everything but still isn't enough, not because of her but because of me. My inability to be satisfied with anything and anyone around me. She shouldn't have to suffer for my satisfaction because in reality I'm never going to be satisfied. I'm going to always want more because more is never enough, and I have yet to learn that lesson yet. Until I lose her, unfortunately, maybe then I will make the right decision. It's like I'm mature enough to know better. I'm immature enough not to do better, and it's annoying. It's logic fighting age and inexperience. Sometimes intelligence doesn't beat everything. I haven't fully lived, but I do feel alive. I don't want to lose her, but I don't know if I possess the strength to fight this battle. I'm tired. It's hard. It hurts. That is what I asked for, though. It was going to happen one day. I don't want to ruin a friendship, a great partnership rather, because of my inability to let go and my immaturity. I've let go of more things than this, but have I just removed the person without truly letting go? Ooh. I don't want to be like my father, but I'm acting just like him. I don't know what to do or how to act. I'm truly lost. All I know is she is one of the best things that happened to me. I'm grateful for the experience I've been gifted with. How do we move on from here? I don't know, but hopefully we can move on and move past this, and whatever it is we're supposed to be. All I know is I can't lose her. I can't lose myself. We can't lose us. Well, hot diggity damn. I don't remember. I have no idea what was happening at that time. I don't even remember. But I do remember feeling this way. I remember when I wrote it. And that's just further proves my point that the brain took me back, because there's no perception of what's past and what's present. Just took me back to those moments of feeling these feels. I honestly wish I knew what it was that was happening here. Cookie, could you stop? Could you stop doing that? Stop. No. Thank you, because you didn't do none of that moving for hours. And now that I want to get some work done, you over here moving. And I'm having a moment and you licking yourself. I need you to get it together. Okay? Thank you. Stop. She's such a hater, bruh. She's such a hater. Anyway, your ears is blocking me. It's blocking my kneecaps, my ankles. Anyway, God. Yeah, this was raw. This was a good little story. It was a good... Stop. It was a good little story, a good expression. Yeah. Stop. Cookie, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, because you're doing too much. Sit down. Sit down. Thank you. Good girl. I should have sat you here before because you wouldn't have been doing all that licking and stuff. Sit down and relax. Okay. Anyway, yeah. At the time this was happening, you just ruined the vibe. But also, this is Cookie. Like I was saying, I think I was in a relationship at the time, and we probably were going through some things, and I didn't really know how to express myself because I was young, and I got in a relationship really young. Not that I'm not young now, but I was younger, and it was like my first real adult relationship where we lived together and all those things. And I had never felt that way about a person. We were like here, but I also felt like I couldn't show up for that person how I was supposed to, how they deserved to, because of inexperience and still trying to figure myself out. Like I was lying to myself for a long time about like sexuality, and I thought I didn't know I was lying to myself. I thought that I understood, but I just didn't, because I don't know, I was just trying to figure everything out. And the person was much older than me, and I felt selfish for trying to figure it out, because I felt like I had committed so heavily to this lifestyle that I just wasn't ready for. And that's the truth. I knew I loved the person, and I knew I wanted them to be in my life. I just didn't know what that looked like, because there were some things that were lacking. Like, it was a woman, and mostly saying she was not enough had nothing to do with the character. Like I said, it just was, there were things that I was still seeking. I had never, and still, had never been in an adult relationship with a man, which is something that I wanted, that I want. And that was that. There were just things that, like, I wanted masculine energy around from a man, and I didn't know how to communicate that. I didn't know how to just like let go, because I knew that I loved this person deeply, and I wanted it deeply inside to work, and it wasn't. And like I said, I don't remember this time specifically, but I know that everything I said was true, that I didn't want to lose who this person was, and what but I didn't want to lose myself trying to have her. And I also didn't want us to lose what we had. And that is just a very difficult place to be. And a lot of people deal with that. And I had dealt with that off and on for a long time. And like, even in like dating and stuff, like it's okay not to know, but it's not okay to like drag people along the way while you try to figure it out. Like, if you know that you just simply don't know, then just leave that person alone while you figure it out. You know, don't get all people's feelings involved and stuff. I'm not saying that happened here, but I was dealing with some things, and I was open and honest about that, and we were trying to work through it. But it's just like, well, I just needed to be by myself instead of holding on and trying to figure that out, because now you have someone who's going to be along for the ride simply because of the love they have for you, but not because they want to be there, and they don't really deserve that. So we had worked through that, and we were able to stay together for a couple years, and then till we broke up. But that's another story for another day. Hopefully at this point you are sleeping in the bed, you're relaxed, you learned something today. And if not, just go ahead and close your eyes and know that you are loved, know that you are valuable. Take a couple deep breaths, know that you are special. And if you're dealing with some things, tell yourself all the positive things about yourself. You are beautiful, you are smart, you are kind. And if you are struggling right now, that is okay. There are plenty of things to be grateful for. Maybe you don't have the amount of money in your bank account that you want, but guess what? You have a bank account, and there is something in there. Maybe you're not eating pasta and lobster, but you're never hungry, okay? Canned tuna can, look, tastes like a gourmet meal if you do it up right. You got a roof over your head. It's not a mansion. Maybe it's a studio apartment and the toilet don't work, but you got a roof over your head. You are not outside in these elements. You're not in the streets. Somebody out here loves you, and they haven't loved you yet. They will love you, and if not, then you got to love yourself first. Okay, know that. Know that you are special. You deserve to be here. You are loved. Thank you. Hopefully you're asleep. I am Jasmine Carter. You guys have a good night.
Day 3, no sleep. I need peace. What's wrong with me? Mind racing, heart pacing. I feel caged in. I need sleep. That's a fact. Well, ease your mind with my cat for the insomniacs. Lay down, listen deep, breathe with ease. Count sheep, you're